Good afternoon, good evening to everyone out there watching Blue Clouds Media. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media Sports again. Today is Saturday, the 19th, and we are streaming live on YouTube. We are all here to talk about the all-anticipated game between Chelsea and West Ham tomorrow, and also we'll be talking a little bit about the women's game, the finals between Great England, that is the Great Britain and the Spanish Giant. Also, we'll be talking about that in a bit as we carry on with the football news. And also, yeah, we'll be looking, like I said, we'll be looking into Chelsea's game first, then all other news that comes with it. So, yes, a Premier League clash review for today. That's what we'll be looking at. West Ham vs Chelsea. We're going to explore the potential update and insights ahead of anticipated Premier League game face-off between West Ham United and Chelsea FC from potential debut of new signings to the injury state of Chelsea. Captain Reece James will encounter the crucial details, and also we'll be looking at the squad availability, including updates on players like Benoit Badiashile, Marcus Bettinelli, Armando Broja, Trevoh Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, and Christopher Nkunku. And also we'll be looking at the head-to-head between those two teams. Statistics examine the West Ham recent victory over Chelsea and other performance in London Derby. Gain insight also Chelsea's determination to improve their away form and the inspiration to break through and also get their recent form back. So that is what we'll be looking at. So everyone that's joining us here, thank you for joining us on Blue Clouds Media. My name is Niz Zion, to be precise, and my co-host, I said, we have Ryan and Steven joining us here on the platform. I hope they're all doing very well. Guys, welcome back to the stream again. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. Ryan, long time no speak, man.
Thanks, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
Okay, let's just kind of start things off. Let's not talk about Liverpool, please.
The only thing I didn't know was that Allison's already on a yellow card.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
yeah, everything has changed. The referees are not taking time with players spending time. If you're on the
No, it weren't for
touchline,
that. He
throws,
fouled someone outside the
and
box, apparently.
oh, so not even what do you call it?
Not even time
It's
wasted in there.
not
Bro,
even
he's not
time
got
wasted.
time waste when he's 1-0 down.
Yes, as usual, the Blue Club show 100% Chelsea's always in the chat, always ready for the show. Thank you very much, brother. I think it's about time I mod him on this platform. Take some mod out and then inject new faces, new energy into our moderation. I have to get him. Big up to you, my brother. Hope you're doing very well. He said, yeah, big up to you from Senegal. As usual, we have two strong supporters of this platform. They are in Senegal. Others are from Nigeria, and lots of them are also from the UK. And I'm very, very happy to have people from different angles joining this platform over here. Also, guys, if you have any message in the comments, send it in the comment section below. It has to do with the game tomorrow or anything else, transfer updates, send it in. We have Ryan here, who is a great, passionate Liverpool fan. He's here with us. He's going to tell us. We haven't had him on the platform since all this saga between who is rejecting who and who is taking who and why I don't want that club. We haven't had his opinion. So Ryan, who's a very, very good Liverpool fan, will tell us what he felt of what he saw through between the Caicedo move and the Lavia move. Why they decided not to join Liverpool? Is it only money? What's the big deal here? So Ryan will give us his take on it as we continue with the stream. And also Stephen here will be looking at the game tomorrow. Liverpool are already down by a goal to nil. So yes, we'll keep you guys updated as we're still streaming. So Steven, Ryan, where do we start from? Big game tomorrow. Or do you guys want to start with anything else before we get into the game, the preview? But before we start with the preview, let's have a little conversation, right? I mean, away from football. Ryan, what you been doing these days?
Bro, I've been working, busy with work. But I've still been following the contents, your streams, and yeah, the season started. Chelsea keep on spending, and then seem to never stop. Be interested to hear both your thoughts about Guardiola. He made some colourful comments about Chelsea's spend in the last three transfer windows, and also be keen to obviously preview tomorrow's game. I saw some news about Trevoh Chalobah, unfortunately, has picked up another injury. So, you're in a bit of a defensive crisis right now. So, yeah, interested to hear your thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that's a big blow. Chelsea's having it's like we're buying more and then we're having more players going out. It's like we don't have them. So we have to keep buying. We keep buying until we're satisfied. If we have the power to do that. So yeah, so thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. Steven,
Yep.
um, what you been doing today? What have you been
Not a
doing
lot.
today?
Just chilling, really.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Me too, man. I've been up for like 2 hours now. I went to bed very late to wake up, and then here we are again talking Chelsea. As of now, Chelsea have also developed an interest with American goalkeeper. What's his name again? I forgot his name. I think his name
Petrovic. He's
is
not. He's
yeah,
not American. He's
GG
Serbian.
Serbian Gigi Petrovic for a fee of 50 million. Who a guy who will be an assistant or who will challenge Sanchez in the goalpost. Steven and I, we were talking about Sanchez. Are we confident having Sanchez as number one? How do you see Sanchez, Ryan? I know you've probably seen him in goalposts for Brighton in the past, but how do you see him?
He's a good goalkeeper. He did well for Brighton. Yeah, I mean, depends who's stepping up. Chelsea's a huge club, with no disrespect to Brighton. So yeah, time will tell. But he's got good characteristics to do well in goal for Chelsea. He's good shot stopper. He's athletic. He's good with his feet. Can play out from the back. Um, so yeah, he's a good goalkeeper. He's a good signing for Chelsea.
Oh, thank you very much. But I don't know. I don't know about being the number one. But time will tell. We have to give him the chance. We have to support him and make sure he keeps the goalposts nice and clean at all time. So yeah, we're gonna start with a preview right now. And the first thing is we're gonna start with the team news. West Ham United, David Moyes at this moment. Manager David Moyes expect to have a fully fit squad ahead of a Chelsea game, and also Chelsea captain Reece James will be out for a few weeks after suffering a hamstring injury in training earlier this week, and also Benoit Badiashile, Marcus Bettinelli, Armando Broja, Trevoh Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, and Christopher Nkunku all remain out of out of the game tomorrow. Stephen, where do we
Yep.
go from with these team news?
Yeah, we touched on it yesterday because we were talking about Reece anyway. So we sort of touched on what our injury news was anyway. But I wouldn't say it's a defensive crisis. I mean, okay, cool, we're down Reece James, but we actually have a right back now. And then Chalobah's out, but obviously we got Silva, Dasasi, Colwell, Badiashile's starting to make his way back. It won't be long till he returns. So we got enough there. We got enough. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, if we get one or two more injuries in terms of centre backs, then I'll be worried. But let's not speak that into existence.
It's a bit frustrating. It's a bit frustrating. It's not just Chelsea team alone, but the injury list for the start of the Premier League alone has been too many.
Mm.
We're talking about Timber from Arsenal. We're talking about Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City, and a whole number of players alone from Chelsea. In your opinion, do you think that the team need to play that many preseason games and to be able to travel in long distance from Africa to Asia, from when I say Africa, from the UK to Asia, from UK to the Americas, and all these preseason? Do you think it's really necessary? for that number of games in preseason?
It was not a lot of games in terms of preseason. It's more everything else. FIFA want to expand the World Cup. They're making the Club World Cup a tournament like the current World Cup format. You've got the Nations League now as well. You've got obviously the Euros, but you've got to qualify for the Euros. You've got to qualify for the World Cup. You've got to play Champions League or Europa League or Conference League, then FA Cup, then the Carabao Cup, then the Premier League games. You're talking, if you're in everything as a club, you're talking about 50 games a season, give or take.
Yeah.
And then you have the internationals on top of that as well. It's too many games.
Did you include
And then on
the
top of that, the
preseason?
rule change for the added time. How about instead of doing that, you just stop the watch instead of adding all this additional time on? You just stop the watch. You know, like American football, basketball, the clock stops. When it's not in play, or in American terms, in bounds, then the clock completely stops. The timer stops, doesn't move, and then you only go up to the 45th minute. Then
Yeah,
you're not
Nazan,
playing all this extra like 15, 20 minutes for no reason.
yeah, Nazan, I totally agree with Stephen on that. I'm
I think we
completely
spoke
against
about this on the
this rule
stream
change.
before, right?
It disadvantages the team that's winning when it reaches stoppage time as well. It always disadvantages them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's fair.
But we mentioned it before. I'm sure I remember us mentioning it on the stream before, where we said if we did something like that, where the clock just stops, then the ball's in play for the full 90 then, because the clock's only counting for the 90 minutes. Compared to having added time.
At the time, yeah.
And it's more minutes then with the added time, and it causes more injury risk. I mean, the first game of the season, De Bruyne went down, and then you had Timber at Arsenal. Then I think there was another 2 or 3 injuries in a couple other games as well. So you're talking about 4 injuries from the first game of the season.
Ryan, back to you. What do you make of the injuries going on right now? I know back in the days we used to point fingers, or we used to put a blame on the pitches. Now the pitches are world class, more managed, well managed, and it's in a high, but I say high density and ready for professional football games like this. So where I will point the blame at right now, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument both ways, isn't it? Because wages are becoming inflated. There's more money in football. Guys are being paid more and more. Transfer fees are going up. So there's an argument that, yeah, footballers just have to endure and just accept that they have to play, more games, more minutes. But then they're just human beings. And it's not a coincidence we're seeing all these serious injuries. And it's only the beginning of the season. It's a knock-on effect accumulation of the World Cup. And like Stephen was saying, FIFA want to grow the game globally and more tournaments, more games, more revenues. I just think it's becoming unsustainable, and it's going to ruin footballers' playing careers as well. It's going to shorten them. So there needs to be a serious discussion. Players' welfare needs to come first, I think.
And don't forget, on top of that, this year's the last year we have AFCON in the middle of the season. So you got that as well. And then at the end of the season, we got the Euros. So you still have to do qualifiers for the Euros. And then you've got the Euros at the end of the season as well. And then you leave that, you maybe get 1 or 2 weeks break, depending when you go out. And then you're straight back into pre-season and playing in the Prem. It's too many games, man. They need to work something out, because it's just ridiculous. It was Varane, wasn't it? He came out and said, like, us as like the players and stuff, we're not listened to by like the governing body and that, because they've said to him about the risk of playing all this extra games and all the additional time and stuff. Because I remember him putting a post out, I think it was on Twitter, on saying, and he's saying, like, we're not listened to. Like, we've raised these concerns and we're not listened to.
The topic now for debate is who owns football, the players or the organizers? Can the players protest and say, okay, We are the one that play the game, and you're the one that watches it. So we said this and we said that. Who has so much power in this, Stephen?
The
Ryan.
governing body and media.
Ryan, what do you think?
Sorry, Nizam, can you repeat that?
I said the debate is who has so much power in this. Can the players refuse not to play that number of games? Then can the players choose not to have that much minutes after 90 minutes to play football? Because it's like just like you said, football is getting bigger and bigger. A lot of billionaires, millionaires are getting involved. There's a lot of money into it. There's a lot of money also. You could say that a lot of money is being paid to these players to play football. So why are they talking too much? Moses Caicedo, Premier League record, British record fee of 150 million being paid to him. Wages are very, very high in terms of what he makes every week. Look at what Ronaldo is making. Look at what Neymar is making. So who has so much power in this industry? Players or organizers or managers or owners?
Unfortunately, it's the federations, the organizers, FIFA, UEFA, the FA. Ultimately, they're the custodians of the product. But I think there needs to be there needs to be like a stronger voice or council that represents players. I think you know, you see that in other sports like tennis and golf, where all the elite players, you know, they're part of a council and they make, you know, decisions for the best interests of the athletes. I think there needs to be that in men's and women's football. Another good example, Stephen mentioned it a while back, about the manufacturers of the football boots. They've just historically been designed for men. And that partially explains why a lot of women are getting, female footballers are getting injuries recently, because there just hasn't been enough thought and product design tailored for women.
Well, hold on a minute, William. Hold on, right? Are you saying that a football boot that is being created, if it's more created for men, it means that that's why the women have an effect in injuries too, right? I disagree. I
No,
disagree.
it's something that's been discussed fairly recently. Stephen's aware of it as well.
But I disagree
It's
that
been in the
causes that
news.
injury. I disagree. I disagree that football boots because it's been created for men. I mean, what's the difference between men's foot and then women's foot? What's the difference? There are even women that have bigger foot than men in that regard. So I don't really know. I'm frozen. Thank you very much, Stephen. Ryan, do you think that the football boots causes that much of a difference?
I think it's a factor, definitely. Listen, I'm not a science, you know, scientist or an expert when it comes to designing football boots, but there's definitely some talk about it in the news recently. Maybe I'll find an article and I'll send it to you.
No, I understand, right, Ryan. I understand what you're saying. So, are you saying that if the football boot is being reshaped in a different way, what's it really different? To me, I haven't really noticed. I haven't made any research in terms of how women's foot are being created and how men's foot has been created. Is it created in a different way that suits football boot might suit their foot much better than how the football boot is being manufactured to fit men's foot? I haven't made that research, but since you brought that out, I'll be very happy to look into the article, and also I'll be very happy to make that comparison between the men's foot and the football foot, women's foot. Is it really causing that of any problem? So we'll look into that. It's a very, very, very good topic to talk about
Sure.
in the
Yeah,
near
I mean,
future, right?
truthfully, I was completely ignorant about it. I had no idea until I read that article, and then it really sheds a lot of light about you know, injuries to female footballers.
All right. To me, I feel like maybe the intensity in the women's football is growing and getting bigger. That is why there's more injuries coming into the women's game. But besides the football, I mean, come on, the boots, it's I don't know. But even you could tell me with the men itself, some of the football boots doesn't even fit their foot very well compared to like others. But that's another topic to talk about in another day. So we're gonna look into head to head. Oh, Steven,
Just
sorry,
quick
go ahead,
though.
Steven. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
You know, you were saying about like, is it the players and whatnot? It's I'd argue the media are a big part to blame as well, though, because you see games get rescheduled very late on. Like, how many times did we see last season a game get scheduled like 3-4 days before it's played, like get moved for TV reasons and stuff like that? That doesn't help either. That's a big factor as well. I feel like the media have too much control as well. Like, obviously the FA, the Premier League, whatever, but also the media, because the media get to choose what game goes on TV when it goes on TV, and they can just shuffle it around whenever they want. We want that game. We want it at this time because that's our slot on this day, and then it gets moved to that times. BS, man. I think there should be a way where from day one, okay, say for the first couple months of the season, say
Yeah.
August through September, October, I think from the day of the fixture release, you should know every game that's on TV in that time period. Like, the teams that are in Champions League they could play on a Wednesday, so you don't put them on the early kickoff on a Saturday, for example. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's ways around it where you can schedule it in advance, and then when you get to say September, you then put out the schedule for November, December, maybe even January and stuff like that, because roughly when teams are going to play. Are they in European competition? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, you can't play the early kickoff on a Saturday then. You might get the late kickoff, but you can't play the early kickoff. It's not like, if they use their brains, it's really not that difficult.
All right. That's obviously the media play big role in whatever is going on here. So thank you very much, Mr. Steven. I want to love you. Said hello, brother. I hope all goes well today. Hello to everyone in the chat, and the panelists. Thank you very much. I 1, 2, 3 for your comments. Are you frozen in Zion? Yes, earlier on I was. So thank you for
I'll be back in a
the
second.
alert. Okay, Lavia and Caicedo will be in the team for I think for the game tomorrow. That's what he's asking. Are they going to be? I feel like just like Mauricio Pochettino said yesterday, he have to assess the two players and see if they will be ready. But I feel like Caicedo will be ready and to be in the starting lineup to give us more that defensive shield for Enzo Fernandez to also do different duties on the pitch. So yes, also as for here, we'll be giving you guys an update on the Premier League games. Some fixtures are going on. We have a Liverpool one, AFC Bournemouth one. So it was an equalizer by Diaz. What a beautiful goal it was from Diaz. And also we have Luton Town and Burnley game being postponed. Sorry, being postponed. Then we have Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Brighton and Albion 1. Brighton's leading, Wolves 1 at this moment. Fulham 0, Brentford 0. Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United game will be taken on at 12:30 p.m. my time. Probably will be around maybe 3 o'clock UK time, maybe. And then the Manchester United Newcastle game will be around 8 p.m., which is 3 o'clock my time over here. So that's just by the way, I'm giving you guys the highlight. I mean, the update and scoreline of the ongoing Premier League fixtures as we watch right now. And then big up to my big brother, uh, Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're doing very well. His big up, all big up to you too. I hope you're doing well and whole family is doing well as well. I want you to love you. Said you sound very far away from the microphone. I think you sounded very far away from the microphone. Am I okay? Do I sound okay right now? Let me
I
know.
think it's fine. It's okay now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. I 1, 2, 3 will always keep me on my toes. Thank you very much. I don't know why Ryan and Stevie did not tell me. You sound okay. Just perspective server. I honestly don't think Caicedo will be ready. Not after the prolonged transfer saga that must have taken. And immense emotional toll on him. Yes, even Steven said he hasn't been training for quite a while. But I don't know about Lavia. I don't know about Lavia. I don't know about Lavia. But I just put Caicedo on my thumbnail to try draw an attention to clickbait, so people to click on it and see what we got going on here. But honestly, I don't even think Caicedo will start. Let's see if it does. Who knows? That should be a penalty. Is it a penalty or Ryan?
I
Yeah,
What do
it's
you
a
think it
think?
was a
penalty.
dive, but
It's a,
they still gave it.
They've given it. Yeah, Liverpool have
But
scored. It's
I
2-1.
think from
it's
what
a
I'm
little
seeing,
dive.
it's
It's a
just
little
a dive.
dive. It's a little dive from Soboslai,
Oh,
right?
so Liverpool getting off with paying the refs again. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a little dive over there. This shouldn't be a penalty. You can tell it really. It's
Who
very
dived?
very
Let me
soft.
guess, it was Salah.
The goalkeeper is very very upset. Neto is very very upset. He's been given a yellow card. Very very upset. I'm sorry guys. You know.
Who
Nizam,
dived?
just very,
Was it Salah?
very, Nizam, just very, very quickly.
Yeah, go
I know
ahead.
you mentioned earlier for tomorrow's game, West Ham have a fully fit squad, but obviously we know in the background what's happening with Paquetá and the betting investigations, and I think the FA are formally now investigating him. So I don't expect him to play tomorrow. He has already been omitted from the Brazil squad
Yeah,
for their upcoming
Pakita.
I saw
games.
that
So,
the manager kicked him out the squad or something, no?
yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
what
it's very, very unlikely he'll play tomorrow.
the alleged investigation on Pakita is very very bad. Why?
I
Why?
mean,
What
at
is
this
this?
point, we may as well
Very
say
very
he's
bad.
guilty. I saw a
Yeah.
tweet from somebody from the day that it happened where it said that it's very odd how somebody who's got 3 yellow cards this season, as in last season, because this was on the day of the game, is odds on to get booked in today's game. And then he got booked in that game. And now it's come out that people close to him, like it's been found out people close to him, like they all put like their maximum they could on him to get a yellow card.
Yeah, I think I saw that tweet as well, Stephen, and that's
Yeah.
kind of proof of guilt,
This
isn't it?
person was onto it.
Someone's
Like,
someone's they've made big bets and moved the odds. Like, yeah, it's
multiple
looks
people.
very,
There's
very,
multiple people.
yeah, looks really, really dodgy.
That's worse than what Ivan Toney done. Because what happened here is you're basically defrauding was it Betway?
Yeah, Betway, who are their shirt
Yeah. The
sponsors?
shirt sponsor West Ham. It's arguably worse because you're basically defrauding the company. Because you're betting on yourself to get a yellow card, and you've told people to bet on you to get a yellow card as well. And then you've gone and got the yellow card. So you're arguably defrauding, which it's actually got to be. Surely it's leading to a criminal investigation as well.
Yeah, this could have huge ramifications for the player and then also the club.
His career is done, isn't it? From English football or even high league football, would I say maybe he
Based
can't
on what
because
we know, very probable, I would say.
yeah, career
Because
is done.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up in a
Pakata.
criminal investigation because it's completely different to what Ivan Toney did.
All right, so guys, as we move on, we're gonna look at head-to-head. West Ham United problems already. West Ham United have lost their opening league match at home in 4 of the last 5 seasons, with the exception of 4-1 victory against Leicester City in 2001. So, is it going? Is it going to
2021.
be a repeat? 2021. Sorry, is it going to be a repeat? Are they going to lose again against Chelsea? Comparing what statistics that we have. Last 4 of their five seasons, they've lost 4 of their opening. Is the opening home games? Yeah.
I think they've won. Oh wait, no, that was about Chelsea. Never mind. West Ham have lost 11 of their last 16 Premier League London derbies. They won 2 and drew 3 of the other 5. Both of those wins were against Fulham last season.
Yes. Right now they have a new signing, James Ward-Prowse, who has 50 Premier League goals, having scored 49, 334, 345 top flight appearances for Southampton already. He's now with the Hammers. So we'll be seeing a new signing on the pitch, which is James Press. Then David Moyes has said has not beaten a side managed by Mauricio Pochettino. Also, another statistics over there. He's never beat a side managed by Mauricio Pochettino in 5 previous Premier League encounters. The only manager he has faced more than without winning are Pep Guardiola 11, and Graham Potter 7, Mikel Arteta 7. So David Moyes, they've given him another chance to take the Hammers through this season. How do you see David Moyes, Ryan? How good is he? Because look, if West Ham haven't win the Emidale Cup or the whatever cup they call it, if they haven't win, I'll say the season is very bad. There's no way they should give David Moyes another chance to continue as West Ham United coach. So the cup that they won covered their poor performance last season. Do you think that David Moyes still deserves to be there as a West Ham United manager? Right.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. They definitely did underachieve last season in the league. They were
Definitely.
at one point in a relegation battle. And then, yeah, I do agree with you that the Conference League triumph papered over the kind of underperformance in the league. It really comes down to West Ham as a football club, how ambitious they want to be. Do they want to, push for Europe and the top half of the table? If so, then maybe, yeah, they need to look at a younger manager, perhaps. Someone with fresh ideas. They've obviously got the big money for Declan Rice, and they need to make sure they spend that wisely. If they were to lose Paquetá, which looks unlikely now, they've got very little time to bring in a replacement. I know they've been linked to this Kudus guy. So yeah, it's a tricky one.
They had a bid rejected for Kudus. It was below what Ajax wanted.
Now, I'd even be surprised if Kudus joined it. If I'll be surprised if Kudus joined West Ham United instead of Brighton. I know Brighton. I don't know
Chelsea
if
from
Brighton are
hijack.
still in for him. Chelsea's not looking at him. Chelsea's not really
We
looking
have
at
been.
him.
We have been.
But why? I don't know. What's making it difficult for them to get him?
Because we're looking at multiple targets.
He's not a winger.
We
Kudus
could
is not a
easily get
winger.
him if we wanted. We could easily get him.
I know, but Kudus is not a winger. So what are they looking at?
I think they want someone who can play like attacking mid and on the wings, ideally.
Ryan,
I
why
think
is
that's
Liverpool not looking at Mohamed Kudus?
Liverpool won't.
Too
Liverpool have
expensive.
got enough attacking players.
Kudus is not anything more than 50 million. You guys can pay 50 million.
Bro, have you seen how many attackers they have?
Yeah, too many.
That's literally their midfield and their attack is just all attackers.
Yeah, we need midfielders. We need central midfielders in the
But
end.
why was Klopp looking at instead of getting midfielders? He went too many attackers. You have Diaz. You have this guy who cannot even score. What's his name? He looks like a gamer to me. What's the guy? Is it Brazilian? Sorry, Portuguese. Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez who can score. Then you have a Gakpo also in there. You have a Soboslai also in there. You have Mo Salah also in there. What about the midfield? McAllister.
Yeah, so like Stephen was saying, we're very top heavy. We've got a lot of attacking players, but we right now the focus of the recruitment, which is very last minute now, which I'm very frustrated about, is the midfield.
It's panic buy season at Liverpool.
It is, yeah.
Do you know what it
make
is?
of these statements? Go ahead, Stephen. Go ahead.
Just quick, yeah. So you guys used to have Michael Edwards, yeah, one of the best guys for negotiations, very efficient. He'll get the right player in for you guys, yeah. You lost him. He's been on a break for the last 13 or so months. His right-hand man, so to speak, took over, did a good job, like Edwards did. Then he's left this summer as well. And now your recruitment looks all over the place this summer. You went from not going for Bellingham. Okay, you might not have had the money at the time to selling both Fabinho and Henderson to Saudi. Suddenly you got money. You've been off Lavia to go for Caicedo for over double the price. So then that's made Lavia go, I don't want to go there either. You didn't even agree personal terms with Caicedo when you put an offer in. And it turned out he didn't want you guys. He wanted us because we've been after him January and then personal terms in May. So that's a mess there as well. And then you've got to go for this. I think he's Japanese defensive midfielder from Stuttgart, if I'm not mistaken, Endo.
Yeah.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw somewhere from someone reliable, it might even have been Paul Joyce, the most reliable Liverpool reporter, said that last summer, Liverpool, before Enzo went to Benfica, they had a chance to sign him for 15 million. So he didn't sign Enzo for 15 million. Then you got rejected by Lavia and Caicedo. It's not a joke. It's just
one goal.
It's a shambles. And we replaced Edwards with this guy from Wolfsburg, right? I can't even pronounce his name properly.
No idea.
Matko.
No, you didn't replace Edwards with him because Edwards' right-hand person took over and then he's now left as well. But that has to be a question, right? It's like, why has Edwards left and now his person who was meant to take over, his right-hand person, taken over? And then he's gone and left as well in the space of, 12 months of taking over the role? Surely there's something going on that we don't know about.
Maybe. There's clearly governance failures there, and it's unfortunately impacted our transfer business this summer. So I'm very frustrated. I'm pretty angry about it.
Do you think it's that maybe they're not getting a budget that they feel is like the recruitment specialists that they need to help rebuild this Liverpool team? Do you think that might be part of it? Because FSG typically don't spend big.
We don't, we're very economical when it comes to our transfer business. And we usually get our transfer business done early in the window. And now we're panic buying with a couple of weeks left. So
do you know why Liverpool does that? They do the transfer business very early, so they don't get into a bidding war.
Because we know we can't win.
They won't win.
And also you get the players in early for around the start of preseason as well. So they're there for the duration. You get them in, they get the fitness test and they're in early doors. So they don't have to come in after the start of the Premier League and then gel then. So that's one of the reasons. I want us to get Edwards. Edwards is apparently impressed with our project, but still wants his break. So I think that ends in September. So I want us to go for him. Win Stanley on talent ID because you can't negotiate big deals at all.
And listen, it's right to focus on Liverpool, but Man City are in some problems as well. They let Gundogan leave. They wasted a lot of time at the end of the season trying to convince him to stay when he didn't want to stay.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't get Declan Rice, and now De Bruyne has got injured, and they're in panic mode as well. Pakachar has fallen through.
And I think Bernardo Silva's out for the game today as well. I think he's ill or something, so I think he's out for the game today as well.
Yep.
And then in defence, John Stones has just got injured. Pep said he don't know how long he's out for. And then Ruben Diaz is a doubt for the game today as well, as he was last week as well.
And they've got a very thin squad. I think they, out of all the clubs in the Premier League last season, they used the least number of players. So they've got their problems.
I apologize to the listeners, Stephen. I want to was asking if you're feeling okay. I think he's got a little cold. So he's got some breathing
my
issues.
Bad, guys. I'm trying to mute whenever I can feel it coming, but yeah.
So I apologize for that. You guys were talking.
Yeah,
Ryan,
about
Ryan, what do you make of these statements? I know, City. We'll come to that City problems right now. Ryan, what do you make of that comment coming from Jurgen Klopp saying that Endo is as good as Moses Caicedo? Trying to make that comparison.
I don't know what to say about it. He's trying to save face.
It's a PR, right?
Yeah, is he trying
Yeah,
to cover up with the mess? Like, okay, we didn't get Enzo, but we have a good replacement, just like Enzo Fernandez. I mean,
yeah.
sorry, Moses
Obviously,
Caicedo.
obviously he is. I mean, when this Endo guy joined,
Yeah,
Liverpool posted some footage on the social media. You know, when he was arriving to Melwood, and even he had a look of surprise on his face, like he couldn't believe
and Ryan,
he's at Liverpool.
Are you aware Liverpool went in 50 million to get Enzo Fernandez? Wait, from Benfica.
I know. I've heard the story. Yeah, that we could have signed him for very cheap, which
Yeah, it
just
was
is.
15. I think it was from River Plate, so it was before he went to Benfica because he went to Benfica last summer.
Yeah, that sounds like it has Edwards' name all over it. So it's just
Or his right
another.
hand person because I think Edwards was out by that point.
Okay, well,
But that's very
anyway,
much the type of deals you do, though. What you used to do under him was what we do with people like what we've been doing with like Santos, for example, getting him for about 20 million euros or whatever it is. You get them in for cheap. Okay, granted, it's a bit different because Santos is young and you've done it with more experienced players. But it's that being efficient, you get the deals done quick, you get them cheap, and then you build with them. Whereas like you said, and like I sort of said, it's very much panic stations now at Liverpool because you've sold Henderson, you've sold Fabinho. Why have you sold both in the same window when you don't evidently have replacements lined up or replacements that like want to come to you because you're either moving late or you're bidding them off or go for someone else and then trying to go back to them. By that point, they feel disrespected and they then don't want to come to you. It's all over the place. And I saw an article. It might have been from the Athletic. It might have been from someone else. And do you remember last summer, everyone was saying
Yeah.
Chelsea are very scattergun in their approach. I saw it used for Liverpool, which you can't argue because it is very scattergun. You've gone from Lavia to Caicedo to Lavia, who then don't want you by that point, to then going for Endo. How's that happened?
I don't know. My
Yeah,
only hope is if
Martin O'Neill, whatever they call him, that sits on top sports, was using that word against Chelsea. They're going for that. They're just going for that. They're just going for that player. And
Yeah,
he's using
everyone was
that
using
word.
it all last summer for us.
Yeah.
my only seed of optimism is that if you look at the last couple of years, the January transfer windows, we've done good business. Like we bought players like Diaz in. I think Gakpo was bought in January, if I remember correctly as well. So
But you spend 70 million on Soboslai. Is it the is it Hendu's money?
I don't know how much we got for Hendo. Was it undisclosed?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't actually
undisclosed. A
know.
lot of money.
I'll see if I can quickly check it.
I'm sure some of that those sale proceeds, would have gone towards. But Henderson was off. Yeah,
Yeah,
Henderson was
Henderson
after
was off.
Soboslai, wasn't he? Yes, probably not.
Apparently, Klopp said that Liverpool had no chance of stopping Henderson and Fabinho moving to Saudi. It was 12 million, 12 million pound plus add-ons.
Get some water still.
And we were interested in Declan Rice as well, just to be clear. So, I mean, obviously, come up against Arsenal and Chelsea, it
Were you?
was never going to happen.
Was Liverpool interested
Yeah,
in
they were.
Declan Rice?
They were, yeah. We were.
How? That much money?
Yeah, obviously, when we heard what the valuation was, there was no point in staying at the table.
Yeah. But Declan Rice, I don't think he worth the 105 million that he will. At least Declan Rice should have gone for 80 million, nothing more than 80 million. Rice, how many goals does he score? How many goals does he even give you?
That's not his.
It's true. Stephen will know this as well. He's very cheap on fantasy football because he doesn't get.
But that's also because he's very defensive.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen the game against Liverpool. It was a defensive blunder. It was a defensive. Was he another goal? Oh, offside.
Nah,
Okay, he was
still
off.
2-1.
Yeah. He was off. It's halftime right now, but he was off. The guy was off itself before the defensive from Kante or Kunate or whatever. That guy is very raw. He's got so many chances you can see that he should score. But then
Speaking of raw, Nizan, I want to ask both you guys about Doku. This guy is being linked to Man City, and there's apparently a mystery club that's also interested. Rumors are it could be
Honestly,
Chelsea.
it was us.
I haven't seen him much in terms of a Champions League game, but I've seen him play in the World Cup, and he looks lively. He looks okay. A little
He's
raw though.
apparently speedy. He's quicker than Mudryk. Apparently,
I
he
find that
is
hard to
lightning
believe.
fast. He's
Really?
lightning fast. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got Ghanaian origin, but he plays for the Netherlands.
He plays for Belgium.
Belgium rather. Oh, Belgium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
yeah,
he's
yeah.
quite close with Lavia as well.
Yeah, everyone from Belgium is close to Labia. And everyone from Belgium is close to what's his name? Eden Hazard. Eden
Is
Bro,
he,
that
Hazard is
video was so good.
he's a legend. Agent and legend. All right, so guys, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. They are aiming of the West Ham United. West Ham United, guys. Let's finish up. Let's wrap up. Let's get predictions. Let's get predictions. And what do you think, Steven? Are we gonna see Caicedo? Are we gonna see Lavia making their debut for Chelsea tomorrow? Randy Steven. Anyone of you can come in. And
Do
each
you want
one
to
of
go
you can
first,
come
Ren?
in.
I think Caicedo will feature in the second half. I don't think he'll start.
Lavia
Um,
might start.
Lavia might start. Lavia is more likely to start, I think, than Caicedo. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for 1-1. My
Oh
prediction.
yeah. Heck no. Get away from here. Heck no. Not draw. You're gonna buy these million players and then come and draw over here. I'm not taking that from you, Ryan. All right, so let me put my prediction down. I want to see Caicedo coming in. Those two players have to have the debut, definitely. But I see Chelsea smashing West Ham United. What a goal from Mutoma, Ryan! Did you see
Have
that?
you only
That's
just
the
seen it?
player you guys need to buy. Did you see that from Mutoma?
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Jesus Christ!
There have been some banging
People
goals,
are
and we're only
brilliant.
like game week 2.
Yeah.
Saka,
There's been a
Matoma.
couple today
Oh.
already.
World class player. Can you imagine Steve, Ryan and Steve? Let me tell you guys, the lots of media flew from Japan alone to capture the game against. I think was it Brighton? Well, it was Brighton and Chelsea. We got a lot of Japanese media people that came in just for Mitoma, just for Mitoma. So that guy is a very very big star, superstar in Japanese Japan country ways. I mean, he's where he's coming from anyway. But then he's a good player. The first day I saw him play for Brighton, I told Steven, you gotta watch out for that Batuma guy. He's a good player. Then they have another player coming in, which is Simon Adingra. We haven't seen much of him, but another player. He's not Ivorian, but then he's been. I think he's been playing in Denmark. Yeah, which Brentford manager Thomas Frank said he knows him very very well. There was a question that was being asked about if you've seen him, what does he make of him? He said, "Yeah, Denmark. That's where I'm coming from." And then I've seen him. He's seen him play. He's a very, very
He
good
was
player.
playing in Belgium.
But yeah, he said he started from Denmark. Denmark. Where's Thomas Frank coming from? He's not Denmark.
He was there in 2020-21 season.
Yeah, yeah. He said that's where he saw him. That's where he saw him. So, yeah, I think another good player. These are the players that ran. You guys have to be going for Mutoma, Scudi, what's Scudi,
Yeah, you don't want to buy off Brighton. They'll make you pay like 90 million.
crazy. Okay, so Steven said this. Steven, yeah, your prediction.
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, I'm said 3-0 Chelsea. Ryan said draw. Ryan, you owe me a bottle of beer. Maybe Heineken when the game is over. If we don't have any draw, no draw. Okay, I think we've covered much. Not a whole lot to talk about during previews. Yeah, this can be a penalty. Oh, he didn't touch him. Ryan, Ryan, did you see that playback? Steven, I know you posted that. He didn't touch him. Are you there? Anyone there?
Yeah, I'm just on mute. 1 sec.
Oh, okay. I was like, is anyone there? I'm just watching the replay of Liverpool penalty kick that they had, and Soboslai really can they return it? The game is still going on. Can they return and cancel it? Is there no law
Bro,
like
how
that?
did
And the game
VAR
is still
not
on.
check that and say he's dived?
Oh, another VAR mistake again. Ryan, are you there? Oh, Stephen, another VAR mistake again. Last week there was a mistake. From I think the Manchester United Wolves game, a penalty that Wolves was supposed to get that did not go into their favor. Right now, another VAR mistake. Another VAR mistake. The machine is there, but the human being that is supposed to use that machine are not using the machine very, very well. It is not VAR. VAR is not a problem. It is human that the machine is made available for them. Very expensive machine, but yes, human being cannot utilize and get the best out of the machine. What are we doing? What a very man. Shambolic referee in the Premier League. Look at that. This guy, even from the rear, you can see without VAR that this guy dived. There is no contact. There is no contact. He just dived. He jumped. He jumped over his leg. Went on the floor. Penalty. Here we go. That's just about it. So, Steven, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up.
Here we go.
Oh, what's the news on where we go?
No, you
What
said
news?
here we go, so I said you think you're Romano.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right, guys. This is where we're going to end today's transmission of the preview of West Ham and Chelsea game that will be taking place tomorrow. And also, guys, do not forget, watch out for the Lionesses, the ladies of from England. They'll be taking on Spain tomorrow. So do not forget to catch out that game. Get in love with the women football. It's very, very interesting. I love the women's football. I love watching them because it's a little bit close. It's getting close to what the men are doing, but not that close. Not that close, but it's very interesting watching the tempo of the game, and then the intensity of the women game is very, very interesting. So guys, get involved. Thank each and everyone that have been here. Chelsea Perspective. I want to love you. The Blue Club Show 100% Chelsea. Then Mr. Ryan, who is a great Liverpool fan. Then Mr. Stephen, my co-host. Ryan joining us today. Also another co-host joining us today. We will end here, and y'all have a good evening and enjoy the rest of the Premier League games. I can't wait to see the Manchester United and Tottenham game. Then Newcastle, and then Manchester City. Can't wait to watch them. Guys, do you have anything you want to say, Ryan and Steven, before we bring this stream to an end? I know Ryan is very busy.
Really good stream. It was good to discuss, various topics, and may the best team win tomorrow. London Derby. Looking forward to it.
Right. Did you see the replay?
I've seen it. No comment.
Okay.
Bro, how's a Chelsea fan saying to me, "There's contact"? Nah, I'm not having that. He's jumped over the leg.
I'm just watching the replay right now. The replay.
He's jumped over the leg.
I'm just watching, not beside the one he just sent me. I'm watching the Keats. Is it Keats and Gray from I think Being Sports, and it's right there. Right.
By the way, Estupiñán's just scored for Brighton 2-0.
2-0. Estupiñán. That guy is a very good player. I think he used to be for either Sevilla. He used to play in the Spanish league. I've watched him many times. Very, very good player. Brighton by good players. All right. So thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Catch you again some other time.
He was with Villarreal.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue.
What's living?
He was with Villarreal.
Yeah. Villarreal. I'm watching Kids Green. They really outlining Liverpool and Liverpool's game. So, all right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.